Right now at the National Palace in Mexico, we can see the BTS members looking very handsome and happy as fans cheered them on with great excitement. What's really striking is how Jungkook, noticing someone approaching with a microphone, immediately moves because we all know he's a bit shy in those situations. Instead of staying where he was, he walks straight to where Jimin is, seeking that special place where he always feels safe and calm. It's a very natural reaction for him. When he feels pressure, his first instinct is to seek Jimin's closeness to regain his composure. To get by his side, Jungkook even moves Namjoon out of his place and positions himself right in the center, between Suga and Jimin. This move wasn't random, it was a conscious decision to be as close to Jimin as possible at such an important event. This is the protective way Jungkook always finds refuge in him. He seeks his company because that's where he finds his comfort zone. For those of us who closely follow their relationship, it's clear that Jungkook doesn't feel as comfortable anywhere else, and that's why he does whatever it takes to secure his place next to the person he trusts the most. If we look closely at what happens next on the balcony, we see that when Jungkook moves to Jimin's side upon seeing the microphone, Jimin's reaction is immediate and very sweet. Jimin moved slightly closer to the edge of the balcony so that Jungkook could be much closer and they could both be comfortable. It was a very quick gesture that allowed them to be close together, demonstrating that Jimin is always attentive to Jungkook's movements and naturally makes space for him in his life and surroundings. At that moment, Jungkook affectionately placed his hand on Jimin's back, and they both began to laugh and chat happily. This moment is exactly like that of a couple in love, because they forgot the formality of the event to enjoy each other's company. Jungkook has this habit of playfully teasing Jimin, making it clear with his gestures and body language that they have a different and very special connection. Seeing them laugh so relaxed while touching each other tells us a lot about how good they feel when they are together. This incident in Mexico is real proof of how Jungkook always marks his territory with Jimin, regardless of who's watching. By placing his hand on him and sharing those private laughs, Jungkook demonstrates that Jimin is his and that he will always protect him. It's an interaction brimming with trust, where it's clear they can't bear to be apart for long. It's very regrettable and sad to have to talk about this, but what happened with the recent post by the President of Mexico on her social media has left many people very upset. In the photo uploaded of BTS's visit, Jimin is simply not present, even though he was there the entire time during the event at the National Palace. It's infuriating to see how an official account allows a member to be erased from such an important memory, leaving out someone who worked just as hard as the rest to be there. This isn't a coincidence, it's a direct lack of respect for Jimin's image that shouldn't be ignored by anyone. What's hardest to believe is that some members of the ARMY fandom, instead of pointing out this mistake, are defending the politician and justifying Jimin's absence from the picture. Many people are saying that this isn't important or that he simply wouldn't have fit in the photo, trying to silence those who are demanding that all 7 members be treated with equal respect. It's incredibly difficult for those who genuinely support Jimin to have to explain repeatedly that his absence from that post was a serious mistake. It's not about creating controversy for the sake of it, but about defending the place Jimin earned through his hard work, a place that was unfairly removed from an official social media platform. When a page or a fan tries to defend Jimin in these situations, they encounter comments that trivialize the event and dismiss it as nonsense. It's unbelievable that the excuse "if Jimin had been there, another member would have been cropped out" is used, as if it were normal for someone to be left out of a group photo. This attitude from a segment of the fandom only makes it harder to protect Jimin from this kind of snub. Defending him from his own fandom is an exhausting task, especially when the facts clearly show that he was erased from a historic moment where he was also a key player alongside the others. It's incredible what it feels like to watch this video. Right here, we notice something that leaves us speechless. Jungkook is deliberately avoiding turning his head towards Jimin. It's so obvious that he desperately wants to look at him, but he's holding back so as not to betray his complete and unwavering attention. Many people have noticed that this effort to avoid looking is actually the clearest proof that he can't get Jimin out of his head, demonstrating that their connection is so strong that he has to try to hide it from everyone. This moment directly connects with all those times we've seen Jungkook always have his eyes on him, no matter what's happening. Even when they're in group situations with lots of people, his gaze automatically finds Jimin. No one can deny that this way of watching over him is a real sign of their deep and unbreakable connection. It's a fact that repeats itself time and time again and shows us that, for Jungkook, there's no one more important than Jimin. What we're seeing here is proof of a bond that goes beyond the ordinary. Jungkook's protective gaze isn't something to be ignored, because it shows he's always looking out for Jimin, even when he's trying to appear distracted. It's moving to see how they stay close and how Jungkook never loses focus, confirming that there's a serious and very deep connection between them. Look at this moment because it's truly beautiful. Jungkook is so attentive to everything Jimin does that as soon as he notices Jimin is about to finish speaking, he automatically stands up to help him up and take his hand. It's impressive to see him act so quickly. It's clear he's completely in sync with Jimin and doesn't need to be asked to be there for him. What's clear here is that Jimin is his absolute priority and his greatest love. Nothing else matters. Jungkook is constantly on alert to make sure Jimin feels comfortable and supported at all times. It's easy to see that his attention is always focused on him and that, no matter the place or situation, Jungkook will be there for Jimin no matter what. This direct and decisive way of acting shows us that their commitment is real and that there's no doubt they are each other's greatest support. In the end, seeing these interactions confirms that what exists between them is something solid and full of respect. Jungkook demonstrates through his actions that he will always be Jimin's refuge, caring for him with a seriousness that touches our hearts. It's a relationship where support is constant and where it's clear they value each other deeply, making every small gesture a clear sign of their love. This moment is incredible and has left us all breathless. Looking at this scene from a different angle, you can clearly see the gentle smile that appears on Jungkook's face as he gazes intently at Jimin. It's an expression full of tenderness that arises naturally from having Jimin so close, dancing especially for him. Many people are moved by this because it's evident that only Jimin has the power to win Jungkook over so easily and simply, transforming his serious demeanor into pure happiness in an instant. The way Jungkook is mesmerized by Jimin's movements demonstrates the unique connection between them. It's not just another moment, it's direct proof of how they feel when they're in their own world, regardless of who's watching. Seeing that beautiful and sincere smile, it's clear that for Jungkook, there's nothing more precious than enjoying Jimin's talent and presence. If this isn't love, then we don't know what is, because the chemistry they share in this video is undeniable. The way Jungkook enjoys watching Jimin dance just for him shows a level of trust and affection that's very rare to find. It's a direct and emotional moment that highlights Jimin's importance in Jungkook's life. There's something that really bothers many people, and that's the idea that BTS should be left alone regarding political issues, like what happened during their visit to the National Palace. It's important to remember that they are human beings with feelings, not mere tools to be used in matters that have nothing to do with their music. It's unfair to involve them in the world of politics, since we all know it's a highly criticized environment where people will always point fingers and judge them without reason, which is very unfair to artists who simply want to share their art. Many people think it's wrong that the company accepted these kinds of commitments because it exposes the members to uncomfortable situations that aren't their responsibility. BTS has worked incredibly hard to get where they are, and their only focus should be performing at their concerts and giving their best performance, as they always have with such dedication. Involving them in political agendas only distracts from their true talent and the connection they have with their audience, something that is far more important than any official event or government protocol. Ultimately, what matters most is that their integrity and their careers as international artists are respected. The members of BTS deserve to be treated with dignity and not as pawns in a political game that only generates negative criticism. They always give their best on stage, and that's where they should shine, without external pressures that add nothing positive to their lives.